Namaste, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're going to have an amazing week. A lot of times in our life when we begin to become detached, we begin to lose hope and faith and love, and a lot of times it's our environment. We go to a retreat like Warriors Ascent and we're on the pinnacle, we're on this high, and it's because you're in a controlled environment. You're eating paleo food. You're around somebody with their intention is unconditional love and acceptance. That's the true intention. In the hopes that you transform from the victimhood mentality into a warrior, into a hero. Then you leave and you go back into your environment and it's not the same. That work isn't always non-judgmental and acceptance of who you are with realistic expectations. And a lot of times the relationships that we have with others doesn't give us that same level of non-judgment, acceptance, and unconditional love with respect, honor, and pride. So how do we find that? Well, maybe you need to eliminate some of the things in your life that create that toxic energy, that unhealthy energy. Ouch. That really hurt. Or maybe you need to establish healthy boundaries. That you really give yourself the opportunity to set a foundation of acceptance and unconditional love for yourself. And focus on that intention every single morning. And really engage in self-care. And when you find that you've lost that loving feeling, when you find that you're not as loving and as compassionate as you once were, allow yourself the opportunity to get more into self-care, to dive more into an environment that you find that unconditional love and acceptance, that place with realistic expectations and non-judgment. And what does that look like for you? Well, I don't know. Only you can answer that, but what does that look like? And that every week you give yourself that opportunity, and maybe it's every single morning and every single evening, and maybe it's some time in the weekends of finding self-care and surrounding yourself with people that love you and accept you for who you are, without judgment, without criticism. Those people that give you hope. If you're around people that do the opposite, that condemn you, that judge you, that criticize you and others, then get those people out of your life. And it may be family, it may be friends, it may be colleagues, but establish healthy boundaries on a completely, totally different level. And that will help you find love. I'll use that example that when we moved into a van and we had those little plastic containers, we eliminated everything in our life that no longer served us. When we did that materialistically, you begin to invite those things in your life mentally, physically, spiritually as well. So a lot of times we're on this high and this pinnacle from Warriors Ascent, and then we end up going back to an environment that's not as healthy, that's not as productive, that's not as joyful and peaceful. Wow, wind. Maybe the chimes will go off. My daughter bought me these wind chimes a couple weeks ago, and they've gone off like twice a week. Like, we really have no wind in Oklahoma. They're so close. They're so close. I really wish the wind would blow enough to even get the chimes going. But think about how you can establish those healthy boundaries, how you can have a solid intention, and you get the people out of your life that no longer serve you. If you're looking forward to seeing somebody and you're super excited, and then when you go to leave that person, you're like, man, I can't wait to see them again. Those are the people you need in your life. That's what you need in your life. But if you're walking away and somebody's taking your energy and you feel drained and you feel stressed and you feel anxious, those are the people that you need to limit your time with. So think about how in your life that you can establish healthy boundaries, a solid intention. You can love yourself, unconditionally accept yourself, and have those people in your life. maybe it's time to say goodbye to some of those people, personally and professionally, to get rid of them, because they're toxic. You only have one life to live. That's it, guys. One life. This is it. This is all we have. And whether you believe in reincarnation or whatever it is, that's cool, but this is really all you have right here, right now, is this breath in this moment to make the most of it. So think about that, and let me know if you have any questions. The other question for the week was apps and methods to meditate. Now, I've never used anything external except for music. I'm a big fan of Moby's music, DJ Taz. I love those guys. The frequency, the music that they put out there really allows me to be calm. I'm one of those guys that likes to become independent as much as I can and not codependent on something, because if I start feeling like I have to have a phone and an app to meditate, then I feel like I'm going to need that all the time, and that I'm not going to be able to have a connection in nature or a connection when I'm hiking and just be okay with myself. So one of the methods that I use is just that slow, deep breath. You just inhale for 8 seconds, pause and hold for 4, exhale for 8 seconds and pause and hold for 4. Now let's just do that with me. Wherever you're at, if you can, I want you to just close your eyes and exhale and just let all the stale air out of your lungs, out of your life, all that toxic energy out. And inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it all go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it all go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. Slow, deep breaths. So what I do is focus on my breath completely, totally, all the time throughout the day, whatever I'm doing. If I'm rising up off this, it's going to be an inhale. As I lower down, it's going to be an exhale. Come on up here, Prince. I know it's hot, man. It's like 100 degrees here in Oklahoma. And no wind here.
Feel the beat.
Diaphragmatic breath. As you get up off the couch or get up out of your chair, inhale. As you transition, exhale, or when you lower down, exhale. But allow yourself just to be okay with who you are and just come back and relive the intention. So as I sit here right now, maybe it's just patience, right? Maybe it's just I need to be patient with myself and the heat and the environment of what's going on, right? Or maybe it's just contentment, that I'm okay with what's going on. There's cicadas, whatever insects are flying around, or birds. The other day I was out here having a conversation with my buddy Sarah, and I'm talking to her and an eagle is flying around above my head. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing just to sit here and have an eagle fly up over my head. How can you find that connection? A lot of times the phone and apps and things are going to be a distraction and not a connection. So a connection allows you to feel whole and feel at peace. Right? The distraction is going to do the opposite. It's going to create stress and anxiety. And a lot of times it's the things in our life that we've put upon ourselves that creates that stress. So I'm going to encourage you to just find the opportunity to do that breath ratio. In 8, pause 4, exhale 8, pause 4. And just go sit in a chair somewhere. Sit on a park bench somewhere. Take a blanket, go hang out in a park somewhere. You could even be in your car. If you're in a truck, just pop the tailgate down and just sit down somewhere in nature and focus on your breath. And then begin to think about how it makes you feel, externally, internally. What you see externally and internally, what you hear externally, internally. Build your awareness of all the sensations. So I'm not a big fan of using a lot of external things out there because I don't want to become dependent. I want to be independent and not codependent. I am sure there's some amazing apps out there and things like that, but grab the Moby playlist. It's free. You can listen to YouTube, you can download it, listen to Moby, get that thing for free. DJ Taz, He's a great one if you have like iTunes Music, or you can do a subscription. I'll put the link in there too. If you want to do a subscription, it's about $100 a year. You can download all his music and listen to it and create your own playlist. I hope this is helpful for you guys. Those were the 2 questions of the week that I wanted to address about, what happens when we don't show as much love that we need to. And it really starts with loving ourselves on an entirely different level. You've got to fall in love with who you are. And you've got to be able to have healthy boundaries, establish those healthy boundaries, and make sure you're eliminating all the toxic energy, because then that's taking too much away. You need to be around people that love and respect you for who you are and accept you for who you are, that's non-judgment. And maybe that's not the environment that you're in, and so it's time to relocate. Maybe it's time to transfer. Maybe it's time to resign. I see a lot of dissension in these large cities. In all the large cities, there seems to be like anxiety and stress, and there's not love and compassion. It's my way is the only way, and if you're not on my way, then you're wrong. This is it. No, that's just not the case. That's not how I want to live my life. I want to have a respectful discussion with other people and an agreement with other people, and I want to be able to love and accept who they are, and they love and accept me and respect my decision. So if you cannot love others like you did at one point, change your environment. Now realize that like if you're in a relationship, that we're never equal mentally, physically, or spiritually. Like my wife could be stronger physically and I could be a little bit weaker physically. I could be stronger spiritually and she could be a little bit weaker. And then maybe, mentally, we're on the same plane. So realize you're going to have those times in your life, but that's why you really need to engage in yoga. Yoga does 2 things for us each and every day. Yoga allows us to know those things in our life that we're doing really, really well, and those things in our life that we need to work on. So Prince is like, that's a wasp. I'm out of here. Hang on a second. All right, buddy. I'll let you in. Prince is like, I do nothing with the wasp. You can have it all, Papa. So continue your yoga journey, your mindfulness, your meditation, your self-care, because it's gonna. Did you hear it? Maybe like 15 once. Your mindfulness, your meditation, your yoga journey will give you the opportunity to realize those things in your life you need to work on. I'm here for you if you need a mentor, or if there's anything that I can do for you. I will use all my resources to get you in contact with the right people to help you accomplish your dreams, visions, and goals and your mission statement. That's going to be one of the keys, guys, is write down your mission statement and focus on it all throughout the day. Put that thing on a sticky note, and if you work, put it on your work computer, put it on your bathroom mirror, your home computer, put it on whatever it is that you can focus on that mission statement all day, every day. That's going to really provide a path of enlightenment, of encouragement, a path of love and acceptance, your mission statement. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing week. And if there's any questions you have, let me know. This is what these videos are for. I'll talk to you soon.